Good morning. Welcome to Rock Chat. Tracy here. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. So it's freezing cold yet again this morning. And due to my weird sleep pattern the night before, I slept really well and didn't get up till gone 9. So I feel really, really lazy and like a slob. But never mind. It used to be my ambition to be a lazy slob. Not so much now. Yeah, I don't get to sleep like that very often, so I should embrace it while I've got it. Today I've got the blind man coming again. He was supposed to come, well, he wanted to come rather, last Thursday, but we were busy, so he couldn't get here then. And the sort of newest appointment he had after that was today. But I hadn't heard from him, so I messaged him late last night before I went to bed saying, what time are you coming tomorrow? And he said between 1 and 3, so then I realised, where we're moving all the rooms around, we'd kind of put a lot of stuff there. I've got to go move it all. I don't know. I'll be glad when this is all over. I know I keep saying that, but damn. So last night, Gary had ordered a lot of, this is November, he'd ordered a lot of flooring, and it was laminate flooring. Nice, kind of a light grey, really nice laminate flooring. And at the time, B&Q were offering it on a 4 for 3. So you could pay for 3, get 4, you know, that sort of thing. And so he bought them. And when he got them home, they were too difficult to do, because he was going to panel them rather than use them as flooring, because they had this light kind of grey wood grain. And he was going to put them around, like underneath the dado rail. We couldn't get them in. It was just too difficult. So he put that one back and didn't open anymore. And then we decided, maybe we'd use them in one of the bedrooms, and then decided against that. So we've kind of kept them all this time. And the other day his brother said, well, you've got 60 days to return them. Why don't you try and return them? Because his brother's friend was interested in buying them. Obviously it would be cheap. So last night I rang them and they said, yeah, 60 days was up yesterday, but it doesn't matter, as long as you bring them back fairly soon, we'll do it. So it didn't sound like they were worried too much about going over that time. So we put them, well, Gary put them in the car because they're rather heavy, and we drove all the way to B&Q, and they found the receipt on the computer, because we had the bank transaction on the phone. Gary forgot to take his wallet, so they couldn't refund him. We went all that way and he couldn't do it. So they said, if you can get back before, because otherwise he'd have had to take them all away again. And I said they're really heavy. I pushed the trolley from the car in and that was enough. So they said, well, you can leave them here if you can go and get your card. So he checked the card, it was not in there. So we drove all the way back, picked up his wallet, drove all the way back just to produce the card. And I said to them, when on your banking app, on mine, I can show my whole card, including the numbers on the back. So why couldn't we just show them that? But his banking app's not like mine. And anyway, done now. So he got the refund for that, which is pretty good. But it was all of our evening because it took, from, I suppose we left at around 5:30. We didn't get back till kind of 9 with all the to in and fro in, and then I called in to measure up because the Furniture Village is next door. Called in to measure up that table, and it will not go in the kitchen. No, it will go in the kitchen, but because our units are all around the room and they're quite big, like deep, there's not enough of a square in the middle to get a wider, longer table than the one we have. The one we have every now and then is in the way, and we have to kind of scoot it out of the way. So the nice swivelly one that we wanted, sadly we can't have because it just doesn't fit in the room. Never mind. Things are sent to try us. So yeah, we still don't know what we're going to do. It is about time I had a new bed, so maybe I'll use the money for that. I don't know. Anyway, let's do the joke, because life throws lemons at us. So let's do the joke to cheer us up. It's actually the benefits of being older, okay? So there's nothing left to learn the hard way. Well, I'm sure, as you know, buying sofas and not measuring first, yeah, there is. You know, we are living proof. Maybe we're not old enough, that's what it is. Maybe we're too young for the book. That's what I like to think, anyway. Oh, so let's have a look at the email. I was going to call it something completely different. Hope this helps was yesterday. Oh. So if you get in an email, I'll let you take it from here. That translates to, I'm not part of this and I don't want to be. Pretty much. They're actually spot on, these sentiments, aren't they? Well, I find they are. Having worked in offices more or less all my life. Yep. Okay. 18th today. Wow. Okay, what we got? Another dark picture. Razor Crest. I can't believe that thing can fly. Looks like... Oh, what? I need the light for this one. Hang on, I'll use the phone. That's probably easier. Well, that's so much better. It looks like a Canto bright slot machine. Well, obviously, we don't have those. It's just an in-joke in the show. That's why I couldn't read it. But there we go. That's my picture in my lovely desk calendar. So, I was talking... Well, Jane has been sending me some really cute Grogu pictures and sentiments. And when she sees them, she pops them my way. And I said, oh, I really do need to share these because he is mega cute. And this one says, manage on your weight around the holidays just takes a little planning. For example, I took the batteries out of my scale on Wednesday. See what I mean? Look how cute that guy is. I love him. I really do. I love my little Grogu. So, yeah, I'll show you another one. Another day. I'm going to sneeze. It's because I've powdered. I do need to pause it, though, because I can't do it in front. That's better. I won't, it's not actually, but never mind. It won't be. I woke up really, I won't say wheezy. It is wheezy, but it makes me do this. It makes me cough, sort of thing. And I've been like that all morning. All morning I've had my inhaler. And I got my antihistamines out the drawer, but I haven't took one. I have to go do that in a minute. Honestly. Fancy getting them out, but not taking them. That's a bit silly. Cheers, everyone. Nice biscuit tea again this morning. On the TV this morning, they were talking about how this weather increases your risks of strokes and heart attacks because when it's certainly for 4 days or more, your blood pressure rises and all your blood vessels constrict, so that makes it harder. So they were talking about things you can eat to lessen the risk, make your gut health improve. And it was not necessarily going on any kind of weird diet, but just adding more vegetables and especially fermented ones. So, or instead of snacking on normal things, just grab a few nuts and things like that. And I thought, well, you know what? Low carb diet's going to work out really well with that, isn't it? I shouldn't die. That's what I think. Well, if I do, I'll sue them. Bear with me a sec. One thing's for sure. I'll be glad when my morning doesn't involve sneezing and sniffing and blowing my nose. That would be a massive, massive bonus, I'll tell you. Okay. 14k giveaway. I'm going to try and do that today. I mean, obviously I've got this blind man coming and I do have to package up some orders. So if my hump day winner is quick in letting me know, then I can put that in with those that are being collected tomorrow. If not, go next time. I've also got to upload all that cotton yarn to my computer. Normally, when I get it, I upload it straight away, and burn the midnight oil doing it. But at the moment, we've not got any doors on. We've taken them off while we're doing all this furniture moving. And so when Gary's trying to sleep, because obviously he's working, so he goes to bed early, my normal moving around doesn't usually bother him, but is being kept as a light sleeper, if you know what I mean. Because every time I turn the light on in the kitchen and I move around and I clash stuff, he'll wake up. And if I go in the loo, he'll wake up because it's the light shines and the noises and everything else. So it's, even though the other day when I cleaned my jewellery, I just went in there really, really slowly, and I took I've got this watch case that Gary's brother bought me one Christmas, and in there there's a drawer where you can keep bits and pieces. So I went to get that, and I was really quiet, and all it did was rustle. Now, Gary wouldn't hear a rustle ordinarily, but it woke him. And I think it's just because without the door, and I told him the other day, put the door on, for goodness sake. And he didn't. So he knows it's his kind of, the reasons it's not there is his fault, basically. And we didn't really have time, I suppose he was saying. He didn't. Anyway, so I can't really do too much in here that's noisy or anything. And I know I could get my laptop, but I'm not signed in on anything on that laptop. And it's such a kerfuffle to try and, sign in on both things. And then it comes up, put this code in from your phone. So you've got to go find your phone and put the code in. And then it come up, you've got to answer this email. And so you find your phone and you find your email and you answer that email. And then and that's not just on one thing, it'll be on all. So I decided I'll wait. So I've got to do that as well. Life is hard, isn't it? Drudgery. It's like, I remember when I had a job. How the heck did I ever have time to have an actual job? It is weird though, isn't it? When you do have a full-time job, you manage to fit everything else around it. Whether it was when you were younger, like picking the kids up from school, coming back, doing the dinner, blah, blah. The merest thought of that now just makes me, how? How did I ever do that? When you don't do things anymore, you really can't imagine. But I did used to lead my life when my kids were small at breakneck speed. I really did. Especially when you pick this one up from that school and you've got to be there by a certain time to get that one. And it's even worse when they're at nursery, isn't it? Or at nursery school. And they only go for the morning. And you take them both to school and then you come back and you've got to go back again before you even know about it. Pick one up, come back, and then before you even know it, you've got to go back and get the other one. And you're just to-ing and fro-ing that school. I do remember it. Boy, I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. Wow. Anyway, cheers, guys. I just don't know how I ever found the time to do anything in my life. I suppose I was more energetic. I'm hoping as I lose weight, I get more energetic. Obviously, I'll never be as energetic as I was then. Because I was like 20s and 30s at that time in my life. I was 23 when I had my first child. 26 when I had my second. So obviously, I was kind of, by the time I went to school, I was in my late 20s, early 30s. So I'll never have that energy again. Probably not, anyway. I now can't even muster up the enthusiasm to ever go to the gym again. I just look at it and think, oh, really? How did I ever do that? I used to love it, I must be. I really, really must be ready for this book, mustn't I? I don't know. You're supposed to say no. Anyway, another open with me today popping up on Rocksteady. It's for the other ninja. I did one that was like the draw ninja. I did one that was the other ninja. Got two books. I stopped it in time. I take a sip of drink and it really annoys me about myself. It's like some people can glug down a whole can of drink and not so much as a little hiccup will come out. Me, I have a sip and I burp about 5, 6 times more. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get that. Why are we not all the same with that equipment? It's weird. It really is. Anyway, bear with me a sec. I'm sorry, that must be really, really annoying. But believe me, watching me blow my nose would be even more annoying. I don't know where I make it all. It's not like I've got a cold or anything. Blessed allergies. I'll be so glad when, you know, all the moving of furniture and everything's over. I'm such a whinge bag. I'm sorry. Where is my funny self gone? Oh, buried under a pile of blessed stuff, I should think. I've got to go outside soon, put the heaters on in the Yana van before I go out there. I know that sometimes moving everything around is kind of heating enough, you know, get a bit hot. But and sometimes I go out there and put the heaters on while I'm working, and I have to then start taking off my pullover because I'm hot, but I can't turn the heaters off. It's not warm enough for that. But I don't have to move too much around, although I do want to get the Yana van ready to take my new chair in and the sideboard. I've got to measure it first because I need to know I can get it through the door. If I can't, it can't go out there. So Gary will just have to dismantle it, which is sad. Unless he can dismantle it and put it back in. But that's such a faff. I don't know. Might have to just stay as it is with the drawers I've got. Really want that. Never mind. I'll just have to measure it because we've done so much lately where we should have measured and we didn't. That I, you know, leaf out of, you know, my new book, Measure It First. So I will do that. But first I've got to find the area the blind man needs to measure. There's only things like garden chair cushions there. Some insulating strip that Gary bought because he needs to put it on the edges of the interior of his shed. Because every time he goes in the shed, he has to duck in. But he always bangs his head on the interior bit. And the other day he had a big cut on his head. So his brother said, God, Gary, get some of that foam. So he has bought it. Hasn't put it in yet. But so there's all these strips of foam. And the garden seat cushions, nowhere to put them at the moment. And there's a few bits and pieces in there from one of the bedrooms. So I just need to... I've made a start while I was waiting for the kettle to boil this morning. I made a little start, but not really got anywhere to put stuff. It is a pain. It certainly is. Anyway, I'm going to stop whinging about that now. I've whinged about that more than enough. And I know there's something I was supposed to tell you. There was something that I wanted to share with you, and I think I can remember it. I think yesterday I forgot to tell you something, and it's just gone out my brain. I don't know what it was. I know I had something. I know that I shared my 14k, but something else I was going to tell you. And do you think I can remember? Nah. I'm going to need to start writing this stuff down. I might get Gary to put me one of those cork boards that I can pin stuff to. You know, then I can actually, when it's fresh in my mind, write it down and pin it on the board, and it'll be right there. And I'll just have to go to see it. Or just collect my things off the board, put them there. That might be better than trying to see it at a distance, you know. Anyway, I'm going to get off and upload this. I know I'm just a bit of a boring, whingy person at the moment. And full of nose blowing. I was going to say full of snot, but that's really horrible. In fact, I did just... Hang on a minute. We need to do something about that, don't we? Pick the right one. How about that? Check me out. So thanks for watching. I will see you a little bit later on for my 14k giveaway. And who knows, there might be something else. And that video, don't forget, over on Rocksteady, if you haven't subscribed already, there's a link below to it and my shop. And don't forget, if you do make an order from my shop, don't forget your free crochet hook. People are forgetting about that. So they're all doing enough, but just not not getting it. And it is an ergonomic one. And I think I should have maybe put it on there. It was a 4.5 because I thought if I got a middle size, most people would say, yeah, I'll have that then. Okay, bye for now. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.